Hey, hi, hello, everyone. Welcome to Chef Yourself with Char. Today I'm chefing myself with some homemade hamburger buns from sourdough discard, and I'm going to make them brioche style. I'm also going to do some homemade burgers, but first we're going to get started with these buns. What I've done is I have weighed everything. The measurements are better in weight. If you don't have a scale, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. You can still go by a half a cup. So in this bowl, what I have here, I'm going to show you. I've got a half a cup or 120 grams of milk, whole milk. I have a half a cup or 112 grams of water, okay? And what I also have here is 4 tablespoons or 56 grams of butter, salted butter. And I also have 3 tablespoons or 63 grams of honey, okay? I have warmed this up and I really want it to be sitting around 110, okay? And I am so close, okay? So that's all mixed up. I think I'm going to heat it a tiny bit more just to make sure I get it up to the temperature I'd like it to be at. So I'm going to stick this back in the microwave for probably 20 seconds. I don't have a very powerful microwave. And see if that brings it up just a tiny bit, which is what I'm looking for. So 20 seconds, and there we go. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring you down here with me. Okay, there we go. So on the scale over here, I have 132 grams of my sourdough starter. Discard. That's the discard. It's not been fed today. It's actually just been sat on the counter to bring it up to room temp. Okay. What I'm going to add to my stand mixer over here is 2 1/4 teaspoons or 7 grams of yeast. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to tear it out to 0. We're still in the gram mode. Okay. And I will take some of this yeast that I have, and I'm going to weigh out 7 grams. If you're not using the scale, it would be about 2 1/4 teaspoons, which is approximately one of those little packages that you get. 5, 6, 7 grams. Okay, so I got my 7 grams of yeast over here. I'm going to throw it in the stand mixer. And I'm also going to throw into the stand mixer, where is it? Okay, so I'm going to go check on my stuff in the microwave right there. Okay, here we go. I lost my spot. I know it's sugar that's got to go in there. I just got to see the amount. Okay. No, I don't need sugar because I have the honey. Okay. So this wants to be, like I said, roughly between 110 and 120. This is my honey, my butter, my milk, and my water. Okay. So let's see over here what's going on. Yes, this is what I'm looking for right here. Okay. There we go. I got hooked on the wrong recipe. So, now, pour the milk mixture into the stand mixer. Oh, then add the yeast and the egg and the sourdough discard. So, I'll put this right back into the bowl. There we go. Okay. There we are. This is sitting perfectly at 110. Okay. Beautiful. So that's going into the stand mixer, right? Then I'm going to add the yeast, the egg, and the sourdough discard. So my egg is right here. I'll just crack it into this bowl. Perfect. I'm going to give it a little bit of a zhuzh before I throw it in there. Okay. And there we go. Have a spatula right here. There we go. It's going in. All that goodness going in. Okay. We're going to throw in the sourdough discard. That's our hydration. Okay. There we go. Just like so. Okay. And because that has not been fed or anything is why we need the yeast to get it going and acting quicker. I've got the paddle attachment on. I'm just going to give that a go and get her all incorporated nice and good. Okay, I'm going to mix with the paddle until everything's combined. Okay. You can do this by hand if you don't have a mixer. This does not require a mixer. Everything can be done by hand. I have a mixer, so why not use it? Okay, I'm just going to stop it for a second and scrape down the sides. There we go. Okay, just like that. Just to get everything incorporated. Okay. So I'll bring you over. It's looking pretty good. Everything's incorporating just nicely. So I'm going to add next flour and salt. I'm going to add 4 cups of flour. Oops. There we go. Turn that off. Put it down and give those sides another little wipe down. Okay. So we've got honey in there, we've got yeast, we've got our sourdough discard, we've got an egg, some melted butter, milk, water. There we go. And I feel like I could mix a tiny bit more. Okay, so I need 4 cups of flour. Again, by weight is preferred. Again, If you do not have a scale, that's fine. You can just use 4 cups. 4 cups is 480 grams. So I'm looking for 480 grams in this bowl here. And I'm pretty sure, oh, I had more in there than I thought I did. I've got another little container here. This is not bread flour. Bread flour is recommended, but if you don't have it, all-purpose flour works just as well. Bread flour, I think the difference is one of them soaks up moisture better than the other. So if you're using one or the other, then you need to add a bit more moisture. And I can't remember how it is. Okay, so there we go. There's my 480 grams of flour, and it would like 10 grams of salt, or a half of a tablespoon. So I'm just going to pour salt until we get up to 90. Perfect. Beautiful. 490. Okay. Just mix that up. Like so. And we're going to pour this right in there, and we're going to mix it with the paddle until it comes like a shaggy dough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dough hook on there, and I'm going to let it knead. So let me get some stuff out of the way. There we go. Okay. This is what you call chefing yourself. Chefing yourself with Char. We're making some homemade hamburger buns. Drop you down. Add this in. Just like so. Okay. Bring her up with this paddle. Just let it get incorporated till it looks a little shaggy. Okay. I'm starting to get a shaggy dough. I'll bring you over. See what's happening? So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to get all that dough off this paddle now. And I'm going to put the dough hook on there. And then the dough hook is going to knead. And it's going to need to knead for about 8 minutes. And you hear how loud this thing is. It starts getting pretty noisy. There we go. Drop it down. Okay. And I'm going to switch the hook, the paddle for the hook, which is here. There we go. She's hooked. Put her back up. That's going to knead for about 8 minutes. Okay, hello, we're back. And we have been kneading here for 10 minutes. You see, we've got a nice sticky dough. Not too sticky. Tacky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it for a second. Okay, it's such a nice texture right now. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in the bottom of this. There we go. I'm going to coat it like so. And I'm going to throw that dough ball back in there. And I am going to let that sit for 30 to 60 minutes until it doubles in size. Okay. There we go. Put you down for a second. And there we go. I want to cover that. I've got it in the oiled up bowl. My kitchen is warm. This is probably only going to take 30 minutes. If you've got a cooler kitchen, it may take up to 60 minutes. It's going to double in size. Then we're going to put it into burger buns. We're going to make 12. Maybe I need a bigger piece. There we go. I got it. Okay. So that's covered with saran wrap. And we're going to let that double in size. And we will be back. Okay. Hello. We are back. And as you can see, our dough has definitely doubled in size. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to dump this, I'm going to punch this dough down. Okay. A little bit of flour. Not too much. Punch all the air out again, like so. Okay, just like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm back on me. Darn. So I've punched the dough down. Okay, as you can see, it's still a beautiful, nice, light, fluffy. So we are going to now cut these into approximately 86 gram dough balls. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. So I've got my scale set to grams. And I'm just going to try and get a feel of what an 86 gram, 82, close enough. Okay, I'm going to put these right here. I'm going to say about there. 66. Again, good enough. There we go. Bigger this time. Perfect. 86 on the nose. Just gonna form little balls. There we are. This one doesn't look too smooth. There we go. There we go. This one might be a bit too big. We'll see. Perfect. It was actually 85, so I threw that little extra piece in there. There we go. Should be able to get 12 out of this. That feels a bit heavy. go. Just going like that, making a nice little ball out of it. Perfect again, just like so. Okay, nice little balls. 3, we're going to let these rise again once we get them all weighed out here until they double in size again. Then we'll give them a little egg wash on top, sprinkle a little sesame seeds, and we will bake them. Okay, don't know if I'm going to get 12. I feel like I'm not. That's okay. I don't need 12, definitely. You can easily freeze these for next time too, if you do end up with more than you need. Okay, beautiful. It's working out perfectly. The dough feels amazing. So we're at 9. We might get 11. Maybe we will get 12. Let's see. No, we're going to get 11. Some of these are a little bit bigger than 86 grams. Some of them are 87 or 88, but I don't think it was like the make or break of this. That's 85 right there. We got a little wee piece left here. 84. This guy can come into here and make him 86. There we go. What other one looks a little tiny? Beautiful. That's how we're going. So we're going to cover this again with saran wrap and let these rise again until they are the size of hamburger buns, basically. This is a nice warm counter, so it's probably going to take 30 minutes. So I'll give you a good look at those. Okay, when we come back, they're going to be doubled in size, and we're going to egg wash them and bake them. We will be back. Hello and welcome back to Chef Yourself with Char. Char here, and I am going to teach you how to chef yourself today with some homemade hamburger buns. We're at the last stages here. Okay. What we're going to do next is we are going to work on some homemade burger patties. Just adding the ground beef to the bowl here. Okay. Got 2 pounds of ground beef going in the bowl. Get in there. There we go. Our buns are still raising over here. They're not quite doubled in size. We're going to add to the ground beef some onion flakes. Okay. A nice handful of onion flakes. We're going to add some granulated garlic. Okay, again, tablespoon. We're going to go with some salt. We're going to grab some black pepper. Throw it in there. Nice generous helping here of black pepper. We've got onion, garlic, salt, pepper, a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce, good few dashes over there. We'll throw in a few crushed red peppers for a little bit of kick to our burgers. Why not? Okay, I've got this mixture here of herbs and spices. There we go. See that? What I'm going to add next in there is I'm going to I wasn't going to do this, and it just said to myself, you know what, just do it. So I'm going to do the breadcrumbs with the milk trick as a filler for these burgers. I kind of like that texture. I'm using evaporated milk today because that's the way I'm rolling. The other day I used whipping cream, milk, whatever you can to make a nice texture. Make these burgers bind together nicely. The milk gives them a richness. Okay. You just don't want them too tight. So we're going to make it loose. You'll see what I mean here in just a second. Okay, mixing this up, and as I'm mixing it, the breadcrumbs are just soaking up that moisture. We don't want it dry because that's going to be the texture of our burgers here, okay? It's good and loose. I'm going to add a bit more milk. There we go. See that? You can see the difference in the texture. You don't want it dry. There we go. Tiny bit more. It's okay. Don't worry. It'll be fine. This will turn out perfect. I promise. This is chefing yourself. This is going by look, going by... I can just tell. Okay? So... we'll let that sit there for a second. We'll throw an egg in there. We're going to have banquet burgers. We're going to do some bacon. We're going to do tomato, onion. I might even fry up some mushrooms. You just never know. I like fried mushrooms on burgers. I'm going to give this a mix. And I'm going to throw in those breadcrumbs with the milk. And get everything incorporated. Okay. Here we go. Again, it's tightened up. So before I throw that in there, a bit more milk. There we go. In she goes. We're going to mix that up. Mix that all together. And then we will form it into burger patties. Just thinking about adding a little bit of barbecue sauce in there too, maybe. Might be a little flavorful. Chefing myself. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's the point. You don't have to have the same thing all the time. You can mix it up a bit. Try new things. If it doesn't work, I mean, you only have to eat it once and then know to never do it again. There we go. So we're getting a nice even mixture here. As you can see, everything is mixing up and incorporating beautifully. It smells really good too. Okay. Everything's mixed. Now it will be time to form the patties. I'm going to weigh them because why not? I think I'll make, I think I will make, I think I will make, let's see what we're going to do here. I was going to say 6 ounce, maybe 8 ounce burgers. 6. That's an 8 ounce burger, because you know it's going to shrink up a bit. Those buns aren't going as big as I'd like them to. So, you know what? Maybe we will go with a 6 ounce burger. Because those buns I thought would be bigger. And they're not getting much bigger. So I'm going to form these into 6 ounce balls. Set them over here. Beautiful. And what I'll do is I'll get the bacon going. The oven is preheating to pretty good on my measurements so far. It's a bit shy. Again, a bit shy. There we go. They do smell good. Everything looks good. Get that bacon going. Fry these guys off in the cast iron. Get them good and hot. Oh, I was right on the first time. Second guess myself. Yes, these will be some good burgers. Nice sized burgers. A burger you won't be hungry after you eat it, that's for sure. Those sourdough buns we got there. That's 6. And that's a bit heavy. That one. Here's this guy. And we will just do this. burgers are approximately 6-ounce burgers. We ended up with 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. There we go. Let's do that. And we're good. Okay, so we've got our patties here that we're going to flatten out and fry. We've cut the bacon in half. We're going to do that in the oven. Okay. And over here, we've got mushrooms and onions frying up. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the bacon on the pan and into the oven. How do you cook your bacon? Do you cook it in the oven, in a frying pan, on a rack, without a rack? I like to cook mine on parchment paper in the oven. Keeps it nice and flat. There we go. Lay it nice and flat. That. Top here. One pan. Tiny bit more parchment paper. Okay, we'll put the other bit in there. The onions and mushrooms are smelling good. The buns are proofing really nicely. We're going to have some really good banquet burgers. There we go. That's how we're going to roll today. That's how we're going to chef ourselves today. There we go. It's all a game. Till we get it right. Chefing yourself. Love it. So these are going to go into the oven until desired doneness. There we go. I'm going to give my onions and mushrooms a stir. They are cooking in salted butter. And they are just for a burger topping, because why not? You're going to have homemade burgers, you might as well go all out. Right? That's what I say. Put this back in here. There we go. In the fridge she will go for another day of baking. Perfect. That's done. We're going to flatten these guys out. Just like so. And I'm going to get the cast iron skillet heated up. And we're going to throw them in. There we go. Got some cheese. We got tomato. We got red raw onion. And we've got the fried onion and mushroom. There we go. The homemade buns. We've got fixings for a Caesar salad to go with our homemade burgers. There we go. You got to do. You don't need a fancy burger press or anything like that. just do that. You want to make the center a tiny bit thinner because they do shrink up. Not so thin that you're getting a hole in the center. Just see how I'm doing it? Just like that. Okay, you can do it this way if you like. I can make this fit. There's 1, 2. There's that guy over here. There. There we go. That works. Okay. Get that skillet heated up. Those buns in the oven, and we'll get this dinner rocking and rolling. Welcome back to Chef Yourself with Char. Our burger buns here, I believe, have pretty much doubled in size. I've got my egg wash here. Okay, I'm going to brush these with egg wash. Get that good and mixed up. I'm actually just going to add a tiny bit of water to that. There we go. That's better. We're going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on there because, hey, why not? As you can see, we've got our cheese, onion, tomato, and lettuce cut up for our burgers. My cast iron pan is heating up over there with the press on top, so we can do a grill press mark in the top of those burgers. Just gonna lightly brush these. We don't want to deflate them. They do look good. Now that discard, the sourdough discard that we used, was started with whole wheat flour, so it is a mixture of whole wheat and white all-purpose flour. That's why you're seeing a little few flecks in there. When you start a sourdough starter, you can use whole wheat or white or rye or whatever kind of flour you like. And as you feed it, you can also feed it any kind of flour you like. I didn't realize that when I was chefing myself with some sourdough starter. So I just thought I needed to start with whole wheat and realized I didn't have to continue with that. I'm just going to give the tops an extra little brush because that's where we're going to set those sesame seeds. Some to stick. We've just got white sesame seeds, which is fine. You don't have to add them. This is optional. Just makes them look like a really good burger bun. There we go. I don't know if anybody is doing hockey, but Canada kicked some Sweden butt last night, and tonight the USA is playing Finland. We're going to sit down to a really nice homemade banquet burger and watch that game. We were snowed in today. Lots of snow fell. Finally, we are able to get out of our driveway. There we go. So I'll just bring that up nice and close so you can get a real good look there. The sesame seeds. We're going to throw this in the oven, okay? I'm going to take the bacon out. Smells like she's done perfectly. There we after those, I will bring the bacon to you, show you this is some good cooked bacon for a burger, I would think. See how it stays nice and flat. Normally what I do is take it out, put it on some paper towel so it's not sitting in the grease. Sorry for the reach there. Okay, some paper towel, and we will take the bacon out so it's not sitting in that grease. If I was having bacon and eggs, I would have it a tiny bit crispier, but because this is going on a burger, I think that this is perfect doneness. Here we go. We're going to let that sit like that. All this garbage. There she goes. Okay. Next on the agenda, we'll be cooking these burgers. Okay, we've got these burgers here that we chefed up. And we are going to put them into this cast iron frying pan right here that is good and hot. Coming in. Okay. So, check on those buns. Oh my God, they're looking good. Okay, so this guy's been heating up for a few minutes. Take these burgers here. 1, 2, 3, 3 at a time. And we're going to do that. Just going to let those sear. I'm going to flip these guys around. See how good they're looking. Okay. Okay, so we got a nice sear on these guys. Just like that. They smell really good. Bring them all in towards the center. There we go. And I'm going to give them another press. Get them seared good on that side. Here I've got my mushrooms and onions. The buns are just about done. They're looking really good. They're going to go on a rack to cool while we finish cooking off these burgers. And again, got a really here. And we're going to finish off in the oven. Throw the next batch in. There we go. That's great. And then with the next batch. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Throw those in the oven. Because these buns, my friends, look done. I'm going to turn that oven off because it's good and hot so those burgers don't overcook. We're going to let these, I should have let my pan heat up a bit more. So mental note, I should have let my pan heat up a bit more. You're going to back up here with me. Okay, we're going to come back over here. I am going to bring over a cooling rack to put those buns on. Right here. So. Oh my God. I almost just lost them on the floor. This is how we chef ourselves, my friends. This is how you chef yourself with Char. Homemade burger buns. Brioche burger buns using sourdough starter. Okay. No, I'm sorry, sourdough discard. If you could only feel how soft and fluffy these feel. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah, they're just out of the oven. They are a little hot. There we go. Go. We're not going to cut those open until they're cool. But there you have it, friends. Chefing yourself with Char. Homemade burger buns. Okay. You got the homemade burgers on the frying pan. Over here, getting a nice good sear on them. Okay. Right back over here. Just like so. There we are. See what I can do. Beautiful. I don't call that burnt. I call that beautiful. There we go. So, get a good sear on that side. We got one more burger left to cook. We got our mushrooms and onions over here that are all fried up. We got all our condiments, toppings chopped up. We got cheese. We got tomato, lettuce, onion. We got bacon. We got our homemade brioche buns. We got all the things to have a beautiful banquet burger.